probably seen these aircraft operating in the local area around Rhode Island here and around Quonset. Well, now you're going to get to see what the Super Herc is all about. As the Super Hercules lines up down there on the runway, folks, you still have about 35 seconds or so to get your cameras out and start them pointed down this way. This is a takeoff that you're not going to want to miss. These guys are really ready to put on a great show for you here today, and trust me, this is the hometown crowd, so you know it's going to be a fun one. We're going to see all four of those Rolls-Royce 2100s kicking it up here, just a matter of seconds now. We're getting the call now from the Boston All Systems are go. We are go for launch here in just a few seconds now, folks, of the C-130J Super Hercules. This is an aircraft that's based right here at historic Quonset Field. And now on takeoff roll, ladies and gentlemen, your C-130J from right here in Rhode Island, the Super Hercules. The C-130J Super Hercules is truly the backbone of the United States Air Force when it comes to the materiel command and getting stuff where it needs to go, folks. It's a 4-engine turboprop, big military transport. C-130J is comprehensive and up to date when it comes to delivering the men and women and the supplies that they need, no matter where it is, anywhere in the world. Flying it today, Lieutenant Colonel Wiggins and Lieutenant Colonel Sullivan. They're taking it to the skies, they're wrapping it around and bringing it right back into Airshow Center for you now. From right to left, ladies and gentlemen, your very own Rhode Island Air National Guard C-130J Super Hercules. Capable of carrying over 90 passengers, or 128 for the C-130J. Over 92 airborne troops, 8 pallet loads or 74 litter patients. Just an incredible amount of people and items that can be placed in that. 2 to 3 Humvees, maybe 1 LAV, an armored personnel carrier. Everything that the troops need, folks, can be placed on that C-130. But it's not just the military who uses the C-130. In over 50 years of service, the C-130 has participated in not only military action, but civilian and humanitarian aid projects as well. High overhead now, the C-130 will make another pass, and just imagine, it's not the pilots, well, the pilots get it there, but it's those loadmasters in the back that make it happen. And I have one of them right up here with me today, and that is Master Sergeant Jonathan Linden. You've been pushed into this, I realize that, but tell us, what is that loadmaster doing?
Well, sir, the loadmaster right now is assisting with the pilots and just assisting with the crew and scanning the instruments and working with the aircraft and situational awareness.
Now later on today, in our combined arms demonstration, we're going to see the loadmasters at work, aren't we? They're going to run out. They're going to lower the big tailgate, the lift gate on the back of that thing, and they're going to throw some stuff out of there. What is your role, say in a desert strip, maybe in some country far away from here on a night mission when you have to get that cargo right off the back of that thing? What's going through your mind?
Absolutely. We'd be coming in on a blacked out strip, engines running, no lights on, open up the ramp and door, trying to expedite the offload of whatever cargo that we have. Today it's going to be a couple ATVs and a Humvee, and our job is to make sure it's done safely and expedited.
You're the guy to call when the SUV's full of groceries at 11 o'clock at night, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know how to get it upstairs and without making much noise, right?
Oh, pretty much.
How about a round of applause, everybody, for Master Sergeant Jonathan Lindegren. He's part of your United States Air Force and right here in the Rhode Island Air National Guard. Look at that. Gear down, flaps are down. This thing is in perfect landing configuration. Look at how slow the C-130 Super Hercules can go. Time to crank up the heat on that C-130. We've seen it slow. It's time to really wrap it around here, folks. The C-130 Hercules, capable of about 417 miles an hour. That's the max. Rolls-Royce AE2100Ds, cranked up to max power from right to left, your C-130J. Well, we're not going to go live to the cockpit, but we are going to go live to Captain Brendan Duffy. He's one of the pilots here for the Rhode Island National Guard. What's going through those guys' minds right now with those engines just firewalled up there?
Well, right now they're just trying to hit their marks and make sure they're lined up over the runway. Hard is, especially overseas when we land on dirt, improvised strips and stuff like that, and we do a lot of airdrops to a lot of remote locations. So I say those are the two most challenging parts.
It's a good way to say it, remote locations. We're talking about dirt roads, just about anywhere you want to land that thing, you can land it there. As the Herc comes back around here, Captain Duffy, tell folks right now who are standing here, maybe there's some young kids in the audience, and they're curious about how they can fly the Super Hercules. How is that possible? How should they go about doing that?
Well, to talk about my experience, growing up in Massachusetts, I joined the Massachusetts Air National Guard right out of high school when I was 18. I was a F-15 mechanic for about 9 years. During that time, I went to college at Bridgewater State College, started taking private flying lessons. Eventually got my private pilot's license in my bachelor's degree. And then I started applying to make the switch over to be a pilot. And I was lucky enough to get picked up by the Rhode Island Air National Guard.
What a fantastic group of men and women here in Rhode Island, that is for sure. The best part is, as Captain Duffy said, you can join up right here in Rhode Island, and you get to stay here, don't you, Captain Duffy?
Absolutely, you get to fly military airplanes in right in your backyard, which is an unbelievable honor.
Landing in remote strips, the far corners of the world. Put yourself there right now, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine yourself there on that dirt strip somewhere in a far corner of the world. It's dark outside, and this is what you want to see, a C-130, bringing you the supplies you need. Stopping right at Airshow Center, Lieutenant Colonel Wiggins and Lieutenant Colonel Sullivan from your Rhode Island Air National Guard. Giving a wave there from the cockpit to all the folks at home. How about it, folks? Are you excited today? We're ready for an air show. We've got more to come right now. I'm telling you, this is just going to be something today as we crank up the heat. Our next performer who is coming on deck. What's that, boss? Sorry, what's that? Boss, we have it looks, does anybody have a fix on this yellow airplane that's back in the pattern here? I'm curious about that, boss.